73 degrees. Right now, we'll see what it's like after a half hour of walking outside. Do I look like I'm glowing? Let's see if you make it longer than 2 laps. That's as far as Pixie could go yesterday. Then I had to carry her home. Nature. Daddy's thinking about taking phone calls from patrons tomorrow during his TLDR broadcast, and that's turned into a podcast. I'm not sure how well that's going to go. Only one way to find out, though. It's one of the reasons I like doing live periscopes in the morning when I'm drinking my coffee. I like interacting with people, even if they have the same questions over and over again. And then I turn into Cranky Chris. By the way, for anybody wondering, she's not angry. That's just the Pirillo face. I think that's a portal. This was a triumph. I'm making a note here. Huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Aperture science. 35 minutes and 5 laps later, it is now 73 degrees. What was it when we started out? I can't remember. It seems like a lifetime ago. Wicked's barking at the rabbits again. Can you tell him to stop? I don't know if I've got the energy. Maybe telepathy will work. Nope, I don't have ESPN. Do you see that fire truck outside? They were here for me because I started to pass out.
We can laugh about it now.
Oh, of course we can laugh about it now because apparently my blood pressure is great. But I probably pushed myself a little too hard. They asked, are you stressed? And yeah, I am. I'm really stressed. I'll be honest, very stressed. There's a lot of things going on and a lot of questions that I don't have answers to. No, Dad.
Yesterday was a tough day. I felt that it might have been stress.
Patrons are dropping. Had to lose my editor. Not sure what's happening with the car. Vlogger Fair's got huge question marks yet. I don't know what's happening with my career.
Well, you thought it was a heart attack.
Well, because you'd never know.
Yeah.
I wasn't in pain, but my tongue started to go numb. I was starting to black out over here. Told Diana to come get Jedi. I laid down and I told Diana, in as calm of a way as possible, call 911. Because I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Yeah. Because that's something you have to think about now.
Yeah, being 41, almost 42. This is one of the reasons I'm trying to be active, but like I said, I know I pushed myself harder than I probably should have. And of course, combined with the heat, combined with the stress, combined with a cup of coffee, it was just a little too much. And then of course, pushing Jedi too, which adds weight.
What was your heart rate sitting?
At
the peak?
When I was laying down,
Yeah.
when I looked at my heart rate, it was climbing. Like I laid down to try to slow my heart rate, and it went from like 140 laying down, and I watched it, it was climbing. And when you were still on the phone,
Yeah.
I saw it like 172, and I'm like, because I was reaching peak, you know, right around 180s when I know that I'm pushing myself about as far as I can. And laying down, I'm thinking, oh God, calm down, just calm down. Yeah. So it was probably a panic attack combined with lack of enough fluids, and I was drinking, well, the hydration water stuff, the electrolyte solution. That's all natural. Not that that helped. But that's when I really got concerned. But they said my blood pressure was fine. The iPhone is not for eating. It's a bacteria farm. I know you want the iPhone, but you can't have it. I don't need that stress yet. Well, on the upside, it was an efficient workout. Up until the point where it ended. I sat down and started to feel weird and recognized that my heart rate was not dropping to where it should be dropping. And that's when I called you down. I walked her over there and called you down. But they were fast.
I was scared because it's something you have to think about, like at that age.
Honey, I'm not gonna die.
Well, I know, but
I'm not gonna die, hon. I'm not gonna die.
I just worry about like heart attacks and...
Well, it's something you gotta be conscious of.
I'm glad it was just a panic attack. And I thought it could have been because yesterday was a very hard day for you, stress-wise.
Honey, I'll be
I
fine.
know, it felt very real. And I felt like something was coming.
Oh. Everyone deals with stress differently, but they say exercise to relieve stress. I didn't think exercise would induce a panic attack. I thought it was just the opposite. Great, now I'm getting panicked again.
We're laughing about it because it was scary.
They did say that the Apple Watch was pretty accurate in terms of the heart rate, though.
Mm-hmm.
They were surprised. They're like, wow.
Everyone should wear one. That's the new ad campaign.
They say that heart attacks are different for everybody. Never having had one, never wanting one. I think it was a lot of things combined. I'm doing my best to fix the problems that I'm running into, but there's only so much I can do. I can't convince everybody that our content's worth supporting in that way.
And you lost your editor that you've had for over 10 years.
That probably hit me the hardest. Mm-hmm. Bob's been a rock. And I just can't afford his skill. Like I've been talking about for months, though, the industry has been changing, and I can't talk to other people who don't understand because they don't get it. They don't understand that it's about to get so much worse. So much worse.
You know what I was thinking? There should be like a club for wives or husbands that their spouses are entrepreneurs.
There probably is.
Because I feel like we could relate.
You could.
Yeah, like we could get each other. Because it's hard. It's hard. I know it's hard because I've watched other vlogs where her husband's an entrepreneur, and even getting him away on a vacation, it's pretty hard for him to be there physically and emotionally because he's constantly really stressed about his career and job. And being an entrepreneur, he has to think about work 24/7, which is unfortunate, but it's just the way you're programmed.
Well, it's what we have to do. Yeah. I don't really have much of a choice, but this is where I've been talking through trying something different, using my knowledge differently instead of being a practitioner, actually helping agencies and companies do it for themselves or their clients. Because what I know is worth more than what it is that I can do with what I know. And that's a stress. And that's been years in the making. That's not new. I'm very grateful that we've got patrons right now. When we switch the vlogs over, nothing changes. It's just that people who want to support us will get things ahead of time, bonus clips, etc. And it's very supportive. And I'll be very transparent about where that support goes too, because that's personal. It takes time to do anything, and it's an effort. And unfortunately, people who watch online or read online don't understand the amount of work that sometimes goes into things, or believe that the situation is greater than it actually is. But we are by no means professional vloggers. We are by no means full-time vloggers. It's one of the reasons why we have to do Vlogger Fair. And you have no idea how upset I am at other tech YouTubers. And I think that it hurts my feelings because many of them said they'd support it and then they didn't.
There are people you thought you could count on, for sure.
A lot of people don't understand that I bankroll this stuff. That's not always easy. And we're lucky enough to have found a pretty big sponsor too, to help cover a lot of the costs for Vlogger Fair, but that's still only part of the situation. I found a lot of really good tech vloggers though, people who use video to communicate with community. They're coming.
From her, so I ran away and then I run back. Here I go.
Thanks again for taking the time to watch, like, and share all the videos that we're doing for you every day across every one of our channels, plus interacting with us whenever and wherever you can, and supporting us in whatever ways that you see fit. We'll see you tomorrow.